Phyllis Johnson. A lot of people, you guys, you know me as the Videolocktician. And who are you?
I'm Jcstylishstyles, also known as Jovan.
Yes. And she don't think we need to look at the camera, but we're going to also be talking to you as well, okay? Because at some point, this is going to be a live show. So this is us in our attempt to practice what we're going to be doing and sharing with you. So Jovan, we reconnected again. So she's one of the few people that's in my circle that we don't have to talk to each other every day, but when we do talk, months, years down the road, it's like we've been talking to each other every day. We just have to kind of catch up. So we were at this point. We're at a different point in our life, both of us, where we've gone through some challenges and put us on another journey or another type of journey, and we just kind of want to share some of those things with you. You want to add anything, Jovan? And it's going to be, I don't want to take over. I don't want her to take over. It's just going to be like a good share.
Basically, what this is
yes.
Well, we do this all the time, and I suggested, and we both suggested that we should record our experiences and then therefore share it with y'all. So basically, why are we even here today? Do you know?
Because we've been because we've been out of the I guess the social media thing. For me, it's been over a year where I haven't connected with any of my clients and things like that. Things have changed in my life where it didn't allow me to do that. And so now I'm ready. I think I was probably in some type of depression initially, and I just realized that maybe like 3 weeks ago. And so I, in my attempt to change that, to get out of the house, and you'll learn some of my background behind all of that. I just kind of want to change the way I dress, what I do, make new friends, and share more stuff with you guys other than the hair. Now, hair is going to be a big part of it for me down the road with some of the other things I'm doing. But just to, I guess, reintroduce myself back to the online community. That's what it is for me.
Okay. So what has us here today is we linked up anyway. Remember, you came to my house, and I had met up with you in reference to the patches.
Okay.
And then the next day, someone rang my phone, and they shared with me that they came across a post, and this post was looking for Phyllis Johnson. So my girlfriend ended up doing research, and she found the video where both of us was in it. She contacted me, told me what was going on and how basically it was an SOS out for you. And then I had to contact you to let you know that someone's looking for you or people are looking for you.
Yes.
And here we are.
So isn't that amazing how the universe worked? We got reconnected. The next day she got this message that people online were looking for me. Because I wasn't responding to any text messages, emails, and things like that, and I hadn't. So is this what you want to talk about today?
No, I'm just saying, how did this become a thing
today?
Okay,
so and so in us connecting, and we in those 2 or 3 days, I don't know how many times we had talked during within a week period, maybe like 2 or 3 times. We was on the phone like for a long time and just giggling and then.
Well, let's start here. How far back do we go?
When I did your first set of locks.
And then that's back when? How far
I don't know. I don't know what year that was.
I'm not saying a year, but think
your daughter wasn't born yet.
Okay, so that's over 8 years ago. Was my son born?
He was I think you were pregnant. Were you pregnant?
But remember, I would come to you.
But you had just gotten some sister locks in that your husband at the time was putting in for you. What year was that? Because I wouldn't know what that was.
I don't remember what year. However, I came to you because I needed you to maintenance them, but I didn't have Zaki yet. So Zaki's 16. So we met over 16 years ago.
Okay.
So when you're saying reconnected, there was already an established, rooted relationship before.
Right.
Social media came into the existence or into the play of anything or into the play of the business. So yeah, we have a long history of friendship and sisterhood.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long. Yeah.
What?
That's a long time, yeah. All right, girlfriend,
do you want to get rid of me yet?
No.
Okay.
No. She's a spice, y'all. Definitely the spice.
Okay, so some things that Miss Phyllis shared I wanted to piggyback off of, which is I have been through something for the last 9 years, and I was in chronic depression for the last 4 years. I've been out of depression for about the last year, so I'm now able to come before basically social media and start sharing my journey on where I've been for the last 9 years. Now, throughout that 9 years, we still saw each other.
Yeah.
And you knew I was dealing with something, but you didn't know to the extent.
I didn't know to the extent. I just realized that, and you shared with me that you were just going through a lot of pain. A lot of pain.
And I still tried to show up and be who I was.
Yeah.
But it just years of it just took a toll on me. It just beat me down into non-existent, basically. So here we are, and I'm just excited to share my journey.
You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I was looking, look at her, she go, yeah.
Stop it. So listen, me and Miss Phyllis are really good girlfriends. And we just want to talk. So, Miss Phyllis, what do you want to... Well,
Jovan, all right, so listen, Jovan, and I'm only going to let her get to a certain point with me because this is more her thing. My thing has always been more business and business-related things. So, I'm not used to revealing the way Jovan reveals. So, I don't think that's going to change, Jovan, because that's just not...
Well, let's just... Okay. So, the safe word is just stop.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
So
is that a good word? Right. She's trying to make me say pineapples.
So when you say stop, it's like, okay, I'm going too deep. You're not ready to be that vulnerable.
No.
Okay, we're going to go from there.
Yeah.
So,
so let me ask you, what do you want this to be? Because it's going to eventually evolve into what it becomes. So right now, we might even ask you guys, would you like to see some topics, things like that? And just know that both of us do hair. How long you been doing hair, Jovan?
Over 32 years. Over
32 years, 23 years for me, okay? And we both have home-based salons, where Jovan focuses on what?
I'm a hairstylist, so I do everything besides jerry curls and curls. Jerry curls and braids. So braids, I do have a reference point for that, someone I can refer to. Jerry curls, I do not have a person that I can refer you to. However, cuts, curls, dyes, weaves, sew-ins, platform weaves, interlocking, protective styles, all that kind of stuff. Yes, I service. Oh, sister locks and locks as well.
Okay.
Brother locks too.
Yeah, and she barbers.
Oh yeah, and I'm a barbette.
Okay, yes, and she's a barbette. Okay, so she's a master of many trades. Okay, where I have really honed in on one specific type of hair care, and it all comes from a natural perspective. It's all locks, specializing in interlocks, sister locks, and the traditional locks. Okay, so that's my specialty, and it has since transitioned into more of a pampering atmosphere here. So somewhere down the road, you'll get to see how my salon has changed over the years. I might even do a video on that. But my thing is just having a nice, safe, cozy, pampering environment, and to get the services or to share the services that I offer in a very luxuriating way, in a very pampering way, and also taking care of your scalp. Okay, so that's our history with hair. But also with doing hair and having a history with hair and sharing that with our clients and our friends and our family, there's other things that go on. And so I think some of the things that we're going to talk about is like some of the behind the scene things. Okay, so, and we'll see if there's a interest from that. So we're going to definitely need you guys' feedback.
Yeah. So let's start with you. What's one of the things that caused you to not be that present on social media?
Oh, just family life. And eventually that will catch up. I'm in my 60s, which means my mother is aging now, and things. So what I'm finding, the older that I get, the older my siblings are getting, the older my mother is getting, and those are and they have challenges. They have certain challenges. So I have to help with some of those challenges. I have to help their journey through my mother's aging process to be a lot more comfortable for her. So these things, and then if you just have, I'm married and I have a special needs child. So, after a while, some of these things will spill over into your business as far as time goes. And so I'm always looking for ways, when I'm making my money or when I'm running my business, to really do it in a way where I can still but take care of the daily needs of my family and now my mother and some of my siblings and other family members, to be able to help them out. So it presents challenges for me where I can't continue to do some of the things that I used to do in my business, and that's why my business has always evolved into something else, and that's why I'm spending less time with clients, producing services or changing my services over where I can really pay attention to a select group of clients, have less of them, but offer them services that they definitely want and need and will pay for, and makes it a lot easier on me physically. Okay, because I definitely enjoy what I'm doing, and because I've changed over to this model, my clients who are able to take advantage of my services now absolutely loves the transition. Okay, because they don't get, or a lot of people don't get these type of services at a traditional salon, especially home-based.
You have a question for me?
Yeah,
because
that's right. You've been asking me all the questions.
I was like, I asked you a question. No,
Right,
but what I asked you, you did not answer.
What?
You gave a general vague answer. You just said family life. I asked you what was one of the things that caused you to be absent from social media.
It was family life. I just explained all that.
Right, but is it anything like that?
Well, the main thing was I didn't have the energy to be in front of the camera and be smiley and all that, like what people are used to seeing.
So it was hard for you to pour into someone when you yourself was empty.
Yeah, when you're empty, you can't do that. So, yeah. Y'all get it. What about you? Because I didn't know you were not. I didn't know you had left social media.
I same thing. I was in so much physical pain that it just embodied everything. Mm-hmm. The mental, the emotional, the physical. So it was hard for me to pour into everyday people that I was running into, let alone social media, who had this demand of questions and wanted these answers, and I didn't know whether I was going to survive that day or not. You know what I mean? So it was hard for me to pour into anyone when I myself was depleted. Mm-hmm. So I fell back. Mm-hmm. Did not think that anybody would be looking for me. Did not think that my presence would be missed.
Yeah. Because I definitely didn't think that.
Yeah. I just thought that I was going to take a break and get myself together. And then once I had myself together, then I was going to show back up on the scene. So when I did that, when I fell back from my presence on social media, because remember, I fell back early.
Yeah.
I fell back years ago. Let me see. So this all started in 2014. So I fell back maybe 2019. 2019 is when I really went into my shell. Up to from 2014 to 2019, I strived to try to get footing and create and still, but it was hard. It was a challenge, and slowly but surely, I just went downhill.
Yeah.
And it just went from there.
Yeah. So what I find out, so we're all on different paths. We're all on different journeys, and within journeys, you're going to have journeys. And I didn't realize that that this was happening. I just felt like I didn't, orders would come in, I would look at the orders, and I just didn't have the energy. And I really prided myself, and I pride myself on staying engaged with my customers, with my clients, and that had come to almost like zero. Exactly. And I'm going to apologize right up front for that. And for the people that I'm in the process now to reaching out to all those people who didn't know what happened to me, right? Just, I was still, shipping out products and things like that, but I just was not engaging. And then some people fell through the cracks. So we're going to make all that right. That's, I know I'm going to make all that right because I pride myself on that.
So where are you in your journey now? And are you filling yourself back up? Are you able to go back in front of social media exactly? Like, are you creeping, crawling, you running, sprinting?
Well, I'm not creeping, but I know I have to have more of a presence now, because it's funny, because I look at all these sisters who are doing a lot of wonderful things with their hair videos and stuff like that. I was doing that in 2000. If you go on my website or if you go on YouTube, 2008 is when I started. And it hasn't been a lot of social media. It's just been good quality stuff as far as what I shared. And then I didn't do lives. I did private, I guess, lives and webinars where it was a safe space for us to talk about things. So the difference, I think, this time is that I will be out in the open. Also, since I work at home, I wasn't really interested in dressing up, and all that kind of stuff. So I was just wearing t-shirts and jeans and socks all day, and I don't want to do that anymore. So,
well, when you did show up, when you were in that space of depression and you showed up,
I don't even like calling it depression, because that's not even.
Guess what? I look at depression, and I've come to realize that depression is a blessing. When something is pressed, a lot of times it's straight, it's hard, it's no wrinkles, it's no give, mm-hmm. It's just rigid. Right. When you depress something, you turn it into probably more likely it's natural organic self and mm-hmm. state. So depress is actually a good thing, but society makes us think that it's a bad thing.
Well, I think it's an opportunity for you to reset.
Absolutely.
But if you do that, you have to learn the skills to do that, and we've taken.
We got the skills. We got the skills. Wait a minute, hold on.
Let's say that. Let's say that. Okay.
Hold on. Because they're gonna be like, well, how did they have the skills, but they was in depression? Naturally, we're human, mm-hmm. so naturally, life happened with the both of us the way it happened. But because we were set with these skills before we went into that depressive state, while we were in that depressive state, we were able to use the tools that we had mm-hmm. to help us and guide us through that depressive state without having to feel like we were alone, basically.
Right.
And
we were able to recognize something.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
some point. Yeah.
I was like this mm-hmm. with myself. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay.
Once you got it, yep. Once you got it.
I was like, why did you do that? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It was like, don't do it again. It's like, okay.
Yeah. That's Jovan. So listen.
I'm so serious. I was talking to myself big time.
I know, and that makes you sound like you're crazy, but you ain't, because that's a skill and that's a tool that you can use, right?
Yes.
I just got goosebumps. Right.
Why? I'm gonna give you some wine next time.
All right, so listen, because I don't want to be on here too long this first session. So these are just going to be little sessions, maybe no more. I don't know. Has it been a half an hour yet?
20 minutes.
Okay, then we can keep going for a little bit.
You anything to get out of this.
I know, I'm trying to get out.
Anything to get out of this. Oh, okay, so while she takes a break, let me share something about myself and what I've been through. So, for the last 9 years, I've been in this space where I was dealing with so much uncertainty. The last 8 years, so rewind back last year, June 9th, 2022. So from June 14th to July 9th, to June 9th, 2022, I lived every single day in this painful state, which come to find out, this painful state was my body was literally in labor as though I was pregnant. It started when I was pregnant. It happened when it carried on the whole time I was pregnant for 6 whole months. I gave birth, tried to live life. It just wasn't happening. This pain would just consume me. I went to see specialists. I went to go see doctors. Long story short, come to find out, I was living in labor. So basically, I was a prisoner in my own body. And once I got down to the root of that answer, and I was able to take care of the situation, I spent the last year trying to recover. Well, not trying to recover. I spent the last year recovering. And I've made leaps and bounds from the space that I was in to the space that I'm in now. So That's where I've been.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seriously walking around, literally living 360 degrees in my physical, all in my midsection. I was in labor and I was in this pain and no one understood. No matter how much I articulated it, no one understood the pain that I was
So
in.
was there an eventual diagnosis for what it was?
No, I asked the doctors, my doctors that I've been, my team of doctors.
Mm-hmm.
I asked them, is their name? They
Mm-hmm.
said, no, this is something they've never heard of either.
Really?
But remember how I got the answer. I didn't get the answer by doctors. So,
Okay.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Lots to talk about.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
lots. But, so yeah, I'm excited. Now,
Mm-hmm.
where am I intending to go with this now that I'm back on the scene? I'm open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm open. I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to journey. I'm ready to do seminars. I'm ready to do lectures. I'm ready to do TEDs. I'm ready. I'm ready to travel wherever, whenever. Commissioned checks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. With commas. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
So, that's just where I'm at. And I'm just looking to I can't wait to see what unravels for me.
Yes, and it's going to unravel, and I'm in that same space as well. Okay, as a matter of fact, I've been on an online training. Okay, so to help me to share with you guys some of the things that we have down the road, what's coming up, as far as how we run our business, how we I guess network with other products and companies to be able to share those things with our clients and our customers. Some really good things coming down the road with that, and just how two sisters make some serious money at home.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you're interested in any of that, and we're going to give you some behind the scenes things. Everything's not going to always. Are we going to be sitting up at your place sometimes, or
Oh,
what?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So
We're
it'll
going to
be.
get you out the house. We're going to have meetings here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about all that. All right. Yes.
Just be open.
I am open.
Just
So
be
that's
open.
the only thing I have to
Don't
say.
try to control the narrative.
I'll be more open. Yes. Jovan's a little scary, y'all. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. She's a little scary. I'm very comfortable in my environment, but I do realize I need to get out. So that's what all this is. That's what all this is about. Okay. And we want you guys to, take a behind the scenes peek of that process and that journey. All right. So with that, we're going to come up with some kind of sign off or whatever and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we can always end with something
Yeah.
positive, like share positivity, something
Yes,
positive in our
yes.
life, like personal or something,
Okay.
like something we're grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about this since we've done it now? Like, how do you feel about this?
I was very open for one thing because she's here, right? She's here in my salon, and I feel like this is where there's a paradigm shift in how things are being shared, things are being purchased, it's shifted. So people are used to going to online. Okay, when I first started, we used to hand out flyers and things like that. So
yeah, that's
I
another
know,
thing.
and I've got a box in here. And I got stuff in there from like 2004, 2006 of old flyers when I first started my business. I'll share some of that stuff.
Hold on, have you heard this a la carte in salons now where you have to pay literally per service? Like, they don't even shampoo no more.
Well,
I know you never shampoo, but you started your business from the beginning at shampooing,
right.
and you started your business 23 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in mainstream salons.
They're not shampooing.
They're not shampooing.
Or you have to pay for it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm talking about where if I come in to get a shampoo, conditioner, and a roller set, a doobie wrap, or a wet set.
That's 3 different things that you're paying for.
Yes.
And now, see, I'm business, so I'm like, bundle that, and it's cheaper. So are they doing any of that?
But this is the thing. There's a disadvantage when you have regular clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not dealing with their hair. You're different because you deal with just locks,
Mm-hmm.
right? Me, I deal with the hair out, the hair curly, the hair kinky,
Right.
the hair straight.
Right.
So when you're dealing with the different variations and textures like that, you want to have that diversity of understanding how one client hair responds to wet styles and responds to dry styles.
Right.
But if they're not offering that service to everyone and it's an option, they're doing themselves. The stylist is doing themselves a disadvantage because you're not learning about the hair in a wet state.
Right. So what you're saying is that people are coming in and picking what they want without having a conversation with the stylist about what actually needs to be done.
Without having a
for nails and hair.
consultation to
Right.
understand completely.
Well, that can be changed, and that's where you can be different if you're going to go that model. All right, so it's all with how you're going to present yourself, and what. So somebody old school who's just going to old school salons not going to put up with that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Right.
But these new ones, honey, it's like, oh, I said, well, what do y'all pay for? They pay for installs the wigs, and maybe the coloring or something. They be dropping like $1,000. I'm like, but they don't know nothing about hair care.
Yeah, or the health of the hair or the scalp, which is very, very important.
Yes.
And this is where we're different, because it's not even about the hair and the scalp. It's also about internal, what you're putting in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always had other things, supplements, and juices, and I can give that type of information to my clients to help. The hair grows from the inside out, so you got to start with that, and that's been more of my focus, and that will continue to be my focus. Okay.
I've always ran my business where I've wanted to set you up as the client so that you're successful. Don't depend on me.
Right.
Because if something happens to me, you should be able to still take care of you.
Right.
So I equip my clients with that knowledge to move forward, and when they get to that crossroad, which road they want to take, because it's coming up.
Yeah. So absolutely.
So it's just interesting, a lot that I've heard when I was in that space.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, y'all doing that nowadays? Wow, that's interesting. So yeah.
Right.
It's a lot.
A lot of stuff. So if you're in the hair space, I mean, if you just like us conversating, but definitely if you're in the hair space, if you're in the beauty space, we're going to have some really good information for you. You're going to learn some really neat tips, tricks, and techniques on how to build your business, especially if you want to do it from home. We're both very, very good at that in our own space, right? And also some new things that you don't know about. You're talking about how things are changing and how they're presenting their services. There's other things that are changing in how you get healthy. All right, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you on a future episode.
So listen, do y'all want to see?
Yes, you do want to see.
Phyllis and Jovan on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a bi-weekly basis.
Bi-weekly. So is that every 2 weeks or is that twice a week?
You got weekly, which is once a week. Bi-weekly, which is every 2 weeks. Then you got monthly, which is once a month. Look, they greedy. They might say 2 times a week.
They ain't gonna say that. They can say that they want to. I can't do 2 times a week. All right, so yeah, but we'll figure it out. So a lot of this is going to be from you guys' feedback, and let's get ready to go. We got to end this thing now.
All right. So
we enjoyed this. I enjoyed this, Mr. Vaughn. Come on.
Listen, I'm grateful that Miss Phyllis has opened up her home, and not only opened up her home, but she's opened up herself to allow me to share her with you. And any questions that y'all may want to ask us.
All right, so what is your handle, or how do they contact you online?
Well, because I'm moving in a different direction nowadays, it's LifePrint 180. LifePrint 180. But you can also still find me on Jcstylishstyles. Well, that's on Instagram and YouTube. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yeah.
Jcstylishstyles, all one word, or LifePrint 180, all one word.
You have a telephone number associated with that or no?
Yes, but I didn't.
Okay, all right, we'll get all that. Okay, and then of course I'm Videolocktician, VIDEOLOCKTICIAN, Videolocktician.com, and then I'm also on the other social media platforms as Videolocktician.com, but you'll see that I'm learning that now, so you might see something from like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
okay.
we're both in that space where we have to learn social media and what it is today.
Yeah. So my first social media platform that I'm learning is Instagram, so I'm going to be putting things there, learning reels, learning stories, and things like that. But it's Videolocktician.com, and the number is 302-310-4410. That's 302-310-4410. Yeah.
Also, aim to get a TikTok platform.
Huh?
Aim to get a TikTok platform.
I have it all. I have all of them. I haven't done anything with them. All right?
Okay.
Y'all see.
All right. Well, I'm grateful that, we started something.
Yes.
I'm grateful that this is going to become a thing.
Yes. Okay. See you guys.
Have a good one.
All right.